Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. Avowed has been out for a little less than a week, and, well, despite day and date on Game Pass and PC, and despite being wedged in between Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Yakuza, the pirate game, yeah, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name, as well as the upcoming release of Monster Hunter Wilds, apparently, Obsidian is quite happy with the sales so far. Because, of course they are. What are they going to say? Nothing? Well, that would have been Dragon Age the Veilguard who said absolutely nothing. We could only guess. And that seems to be the same thing happening here because, well, Obsidian is not saying anything. Just that they are happy with the sales figures. I wonder what they are. I do truly wonder. All we have to go on is what's going on Steam, but we'll get to that in a moment. In the run-up to Avowed, there were a lot of people who were either convinced it would flop or actively wanted it to sell poorly. Well, it didn't help that the art director came out and spurred like a moron online, insulting people, insulting Elon Musk, Orange Man Bad, and the like, because that's what you want to do when you're selling a product. Let's get online and share our political views, our religious views, and ostracize half of your potential customer base. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I will never understand that brand of marketing. Sure, you are free and clear to say whatever you want on social media, but ladies and gentlemen, you would think someone in the marketing department would put a stop to it. Maybe, just maybe, get these people to stop being so negative online. Stop slinging out pejorative left, right, and center to your potential customer base. Is something like that having an effect on, well, possible purchases? Of course it is. Leaves a bad taste in people's mouth, but let's get back to the article. This was because it found itself as one of the many... Oh, Jesus Christ. They always go to this. Found itself as one of the many games targeted by the anti-woke crowd online because the character models were not hot enough. The models are hideous. There's barely anything attractive in anything. Sure, you can make your main character not have the godlike features, so you don't have roots growing out of your head or the markings on your face are completely covered by tree bark. You can make a relatively attractive character. However, well, I guess nobody's writing home about the NPCs in the game and their lack of activity, but that's a whole nother story. The characters weren't hot enough or something. I don't know, guys. Kai is right there. Really? That's okay. That's he would, okay, sure, whatever floats your boat, darling. Anyway, it seems that despite all of this, it is actually performing quite well. Based on what metrics? How many units have sold? How many people are playing on Xbox? How many people bought it on Xbox? How many people bought it on PC? Whether you like the game or not, whether you're having fun or you think it's a buggy mess, which I haven't found yet so far, it's a relatively beautiful game. The combat is enjoyable. It's definitely better than Veilguard, but that's kind of it. It's I would describe it as, and I did, as a baby's first RPG. You can put items in your stash anytime you want to. That breaks immersion. There's quite a few immersion breaking aspects of the game that you can look past, whether you want to or not. Sure, you can remove the pronouns in the bio of your character. They have absolutely zero meaning in the game. So in that aspect, it's there. It's woke. I couldn't care less about the pronouns. I really don't. I want to know what the game is like. I want to know what the story, I want to know what the action, the world, the character building, and it's mid at best from what I've played so far. I'll continue to play it and see where it goes from there, but this game is nothing to write home about. And it's a shame because we should be expecting more from the AAA studios like Obsidian, like Bethesda, like BioWare. But that's not what we're getting. And yet, to claim, it's actually performing quite well. This comes from an interview with Bloomberg in which it is reported that Obsidian is happy with sales so far. Again, if you're so happy with your sales, why don't you do what Vavra did and scream it from the rafters? He was quite proud to talk about the 1 million units sold of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They came out and announced 2 million in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 sales. Whenever the concurrent players on Steam kept going up and up and up, peaking at over 250,000 players over the weekend. He was proud to announce it. Also had a lot of fun trolling people and clapping back at some of the criticism of his game, but that's neither here nor there. If you're so proud, if you're so happy with it, why haven't we heard the numbers? This lines up with what we're seeing elsewhere, with Avowed topping the bestseller list on Steam this week with absolutely no competition. None. It came ahead of games that had been out for 2 weeks, 2 months, 2 years, and the like. Nothing else was there. People weren't buying anything else. So using the top-selling bestsellers list, where's it sitting now? I believe it's no longer in the top 10. Off the back of this, game director Carrie Patel is eager to stick with Avowed going forward. Quote, now that we've built this wonderful world and also built this team strength and muscle memory around the content of gameplay in this world, I'd love to see us do more with it. Why don't you push some boundaries? Take a chance. Maybe have the guards react to evil NPCs attacking you, like in some other games out there. Maybe have some activity around town, of which I've seen hardly any, if any, traversing Paradise. This is all despite fairly intense hate campaign. A hate campaign. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When people criticize the game and the look and the colors and the nonsense that the art director came out and spurred over and over again, that is a hate campaign. People giving their opinions. Nothing more than a hate campaign, which also targeted titles like Dragon Age The Fail Guard, because that was an abysmal broken mess. Silent Hill 2 Remake, people were criticizing the look of the characters and the changes they made from the original to the remake, justifiably so. Now the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, everybody has their opinion on that. I've made it known. Some people liked it, some people didn't. So, it was definitely in the root of the argument on Twitter, or X, call it what you want. Even with this hogging up a lot of oxygen online, actually that should be bandwidth. No, there's no oxygen online. Anyway, it appears that Avowed is performing well, according to Obsidian. So, trust me, bro. We'll just have to wait and see how Xbox feels about its sales, or before they close down Obsidian, which seems to be what's happening with one studio after another, regardless, apparently, if there's a success or failure. Not meeting up the standards. That's what happened with Veilguard. The entire studio was shut down, and some of which moved on to better projects. Because yay. Of course, this won't be the only metric that is used to judge Avowed's success. Like any other game developed by Microsoft-owned studio, Avowed launched on Game Pass from day one, so the number of people playing through Xbox subscription platform will be taken into consideration too, if they ever release it, and that's something that I have never seen before. Neither Xbox nor PlayStation released the number of people that are playing on their game, on their platforms. And so how else are we supposed to judge it? Well, there is one way, if you want to sit there and say that, well, Game Pass is having an effect on the sales because it's free. It's free on Game Pass, so why would people be playing it? Unfortunately, Avowed could not break 20,000 concurrent players. That's abysmal. But what about all the people? It's free on Game Pass. Why would they buy the game on PC if it's on Game Pass? Well, we have a few examples of why they would. If a game is fun, they will buy it. Stalker 2. Interesting. Stalker 2 was released day and date on Game Pass as well. Had a peak concurrent play of 121,000. Interesting. Starfield, which was boring. I played it. I finished it. I would classify Starfield, or describe Starfield, as a game that is as wide as an ocean, as massive as an ocean, and as shallow as a puddle. There was really not much to do. It had thousands of planets with the same cookie-cutter, repeating bases and NPCs and discovering spots. There were only a few planets that you could do anything. The story was okay. The characters were okay. The progression was okay. At best, I would call it an okay game, and I have never gone back to it. I did not play New Game Plus, wasn't interested. I finished it and I was done. And yet that game, day and date, on Xbox Game Pass still managed to pull in 330,000 players. So, blaming Xbox Game Pass and being free day and date, I don't think that is a justifiable metric of judgment. The game is just mid. It's boring. I wouldn't call it boring. It's mid. It's generic. It's general. It doesn't take any chances. The exploration is fine. The exploration is definitely another compliment I would give it. But other than that, I guess we just have to go with trust me, bro, because apparently it's doing so well that they're considering DLC for it. Now, if that happens, if that's the case, maybe one day they'll release the numbers, the number of sales on Xbox and PC. But until then, these numbers do not look good. And with Monster Hunter Wilds coming out next week, I don't see this number going up ever again, even with DLC. But hey, we'll just have to wait and see. Play something else. Go play the Pirate Yakuza. Wait for Monster Hunter Wilds. We'll see how those games do as well. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike. Do all those nifty little things. Are you happy with Avowed? Hope to see you on the next one.